Mike Lynch built a billion-dollar tech empire, beat one of the biggest fraud cases in Silicon Valley, and seemed to have finally cleared his name. But then, only a few weeks later, his story took a shocking and tragic turn. So, what exactly happened? Let's talk about it. Mike Lynch's luxurious sailing yacht, the Bayesian, was laying at anchor, about 700 meters or 2,200 feet in front of the small harbor town of Porticello in Sicily. On board was Mike Lynch himself, 11 other guests, and the crew of 10. Most of the people on board were already asleep when a severe storm gathered overhead. What started out as waves and heavy rain quickly and without anyone aboard realizing became deadly serious. At around 4 in the morning, the yacht was hit by a waterspout that had formed near the coast. The cameras that were installed at the harbor recorded the ship's massive 75-meter mast as it was bending in the wind. Within minutes, the yacht was flooded with water and sank to the bottom of the ocean. Only 15 people managed to make it into a life raft. Everyone else drowned inside the ship, including Mike Lynch and his 18-year-old daughter Hannah. It took days before specialized divers managed to retrieve the bodies from the boat that had sunk 49 meters, or 160 feet deep. While the families were still mourning, the Italian prosecution got involved, and they had many questions. The boat was built to withstand heavy storms, and it also included waterspouts. At the very least, it shouldn't have sank within minutes. The designer of the ship, Giovanni Constantino, later gave a statement saying that the boat was safe, and it should have never sank that quickly. This made the prosecution dig even deeper, and the police decided to arrest the captain of the yacht, James Cutfield from New Zealand. Compared to many others, he had made it into a lifeboat. They accused him of manslaughter and causing a shipwreck. But while the prosecution focused on him, the rest of the world had a different suspicion. They laid their focus on Mike Lynch himself. Lynch had many enemies. He had sold his company, Autonomy, for $11 billion to the tech giant HP in 2011. A short while after the sale, HP already started accusing Lynch of artificially inflating the company's real value, and they sued him. The trial spent well over 13 years. Had Lynch been found guilty, he would have faced up to 25 years in prison. He was even under house arrest in San Francisco for a year. But luckily for Lynch, the judge decided in his and his chief financial officer Stephen Chamberlain's favor, and they were found not guilty. Lynch himself later said that he likely only got out scot-free because he could afford expensive lawyers. Nonetheless, Lynch happily told the press that he would now take a long holiday on his yacht, and he also invited his main lawyer and other people involved on his side along with him. This also included his wife and one of his daughters. For weeks, the group partied on his yacht while it sailed around Italy, until the fateful night in August when it sank. Only 10 weeks after he was found not guilty, Lynch drowned. His lawyer was also among the victims. While this might have still been explainable as a weird coincidence, what happened then shocked even the Italian prosecution. They got a call. Only 2 days before the yacht sank, Stephen Chamberlain, Lynch's financial advisor, got hit by a car while he was out jogging, and he died. Now the conspiracies were in full swing. As it turned out, Lynch also had connections to the British MI5. He was even known to brag about knowing many of its secret agents through his cybersecurity company Darktrace. What actually happened is still unknown, but the Italian prosecution is still working on the case. Was it the captain's fault after all? But even if it was, that still wouldn't explain why the yacht sunk within minutes. Did Mike Lynch know too many secrets? Or was someone angry that he got away with what was essentially fraud? And how likely are the chances that he, his lawyer, and his chief of finance all died within 2 days in freak accidents?